yeah, and tell you my story. So, pretty much, I was raised as like a tomboy kind of kid. I was never really into like dresses or anything like that. I guess I kind of was because I was forced to from preschool to second grade. My mom kind of just she dressed me in dresses every day. She used to like do my hair every morning and everything like that. But after she stopped doing that, after she kind of like stopped being momly, I turned really tomboy. I was into like softball and stuff. I was really sporty. I always hung out with guys. I could beat the crap out of everyone. I think that was mostly due to me being raised by my uncle and my father at that point. So, in grade school, I was pretty tomboyish. I would hang out with guys. I would beat the crap out of guys. Everyone was actually kind of afraid of me, because I had a reputation that I could beat anyone up, which I kind of miss that reputation, because now everyone treads all over me, and I'm like, no, yeah. But I'm weak now. But so when I was little, I just kind of chalked it up to, okay, I'm a tomboy, whatever. In 6th grade, I started to realize that it was kind of more than that. That was about the age that I started becoming interested in guys. Like I started thinking, oh, he's cute. Oh, I have a crush on him. You know, like little kid crushes. Um, and I used to feel like the same things for girls. But I kind of just chalked it up to, okay, I spent too much time with guys. Um, but in that grade is when I first had my first girl crush. And that was on a girl in my class. Um, who now I hate, so I don't know why I ever liked her. But I thought she was really pretty. I like always wanted to be by her. I always wanted to like I wanted to be like sitting next to her. I wanted to be her partner. Blah 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 blah. So I kind of just figured I wanted to be like her. So I kind of just pushed it off to the side and didn't really think about it. Because I was in 6th grade. Like I didn't even know what bi was when I was in 6th grade. So then when I was in 7th grade, I was about 13. I started realizing that I really, really like girls. And this is about the time that I got my other crush on a girl, who was one of my friends. I no longer talk to her, but I guess we're still kind of friends. But I just haven't talked to her in a long time. And yeah, I had a really big crush on her. And that's when I started really realizing, well, okay, now there's something wrong with me, I guess, like you could say, was what I was thinking. So I actually went online and I kind of researched things. Like on the internet, I would like research, how do you know you're bi tendencies, gay tendencies, and stuff like that. And I was just trying to figure out where I was with all of this. So after I did all this research, and it was just bugging me for months that what's going on. Um, I finally I was like, I have to be bi. There's no other really explanation for this. So, I didn't tell anyone for a long time. Um, and then I was online one night on Facebook, and I messaged one of my really close friends, Cheyenne, and I pretty much told her flat out that I was bi. I think I was like, hey, I need to tell you something, and she was like, yeah, what? And I was like, I'm bi. And I think that's all I said to her. And then she's like, oh, that's great. I kind of always, like, almost knew. And I was like, really? Is it obvious? So, she was the only person that knew for a long time. And after that, I told my uh, boyfriend at the time next. And that was maybe a month after I told Cheyenne. I was texting him one night, and we were talking about secrets. Like, what's your biggest secret? And I told him, because that just seemed like a good opportunity. And I wasn't planning on telling him. I actually was planning on keeping it to myself because I didn't think our relationship was going to last that long anyways. It actually turned out lasting a year and a half, but I didn't think it was going to last that long at the time. And I ended up telling him, and he was actually really nice about it. He was really supportive. And he was like, oh, that's actually really cool. And he was like asking me questions about it and stuff like that. So after I told him, I kept it to myself for a long time. And those were the only two that knew, and this was over the summer, so I didn't really have to deal with people too much in my school or anything like that. And then one night I got grounded from like Facebook and everything, and my parents um, decided they were gonna go through my Facebook messages. Wait, let me backtrack for a second. Um, how my whole entire school found out is that I was on this website called Bonezoo, and I had commented and told the girl that she was hot or something, and that she should message me. And one of my ex-best friend actually messaged me, and this was when I really hated her. Like, I couldn't even stand to be around her. And she texted me, she's like, "You're bi?" And she was like freaking out. And then she ended up telling everyone in my school, pretty much. So yeah, that's how my school found out. But okay, my parents found out because one night they went on my Facebook and they were reading through my messages, and they found the one that I had written to Cheyenne, and they freaked out. They were like, they grounded me from social media, which I didn't understand. And they grounded me from like my iPod and things like that, just weird things, and they grounded me and punished me for this. And they're not homophobic. In fact, they're really open-minded, and they're not religious. Well, they're religious, but they're not like really bad religious. So I didn't really understand the reaction. And then my father talked to me about it, and he pretty much told me that I wasn't. Like, he disagreed with me. He flat out told me I was not bi, and that I would get over this, and that was just a phase. So I was like, okay, well, I've been feeling this way for well over a year now, and you're telling me that I'm not feeling it, that it's not happening? Okay, whatever. And I kind of just let it go. And I still, to this day, do not talk about it with them. I don't feel comfortable talking about them with them, not because I know they accept me, like they've told me multiple times that I love you no matter what, I don't really care what you are, but, you're not bi. So, because they refuse to admit that I am, I kind of just, I push off to the side. I don't really talk about it. I don't talk about it in my house. I don't talk about it with my sister or anything like that. I kind of ignore it when I'm home. And I'm lucky enough so far that I have not had a girlfriend to try to explain to them. But, anyways. So then, the next person that I told was my real mother. Um, she was actually really easy to tell. We were sitting on the couch one night, and she said something about a girl on TV, and then I just kind of spilled out. I was like, "Ma, I like girls," and she kind of looked at me like, just kind of surprised, and then she told me that she was bi too, and that took me back because I never knew that about my mom. And here I find out that when I was younger, she actually had a girlfriend, and that I didn't know about it. She just had introduced her as a friend, and I didn't know that. So she was actually really understanding about it, and I asked her questions about it, like, how do you deal with it, like, how do you tell your friends, how do you do this, how do you do that, and she told me everything that I needed to know, and at that time I was really close with my mother. I was really trying to build a relationship with her, and she was really helpful, till we got into a fight one night, and she told me that because I liked same sex, that I needed counseling, and I needed to go to church, and I needed to be saved. Which I didn't understand because she's bi too, but she had just gotten mad at me and told me that. So, after that, I told my grandmother. Now, my grandmother was the biggest, it still is a very big thing in my life. But she used to be a really big part of my life. Like, she raised me most of my life. And she was kind of more like a mother figure to me than probably she should have been. And, so when I told her, I was kind of expecting her to be calm about it and to be nice about it. And because her daughter had already gone through it, I knew that she was religious, but like I kind of like thought, well, my mom's bi, so she's gone through this before, and she's like heard this before, and maybe she'll understand, because she always understood everything about me. And when I told her this, she got angry. She got angry with me, and she got mad, and that hurt probably the most out of anything that happened when I was coming out, is that my grandmother didn't accept me. and she was really the only person that didn't really accept it. Like, she actually got angry. Like, okay, a lot of people didn't accept it where they would kind of, like, not acknowledge the fact. But she, like, sorry, she, like, she got, she was almost, like, disgusted by it. So, so I don't talk about it with her anymore. I mean, we're still close, but I don't talk about it with her anymore. Um, as far as friends go, that's how my entire family found out, or my entire school found out, is through this girl, who I just seen it on phone too. But, after that, uh, people would, like, ask me, and I would, at first I was like, no, she's lying, but then after a while, I just gave up, and I was like, yeah, I'm bi. And for the most part, people accepted it. There were a few people that didn't. I think there was 3 in my life that really I can remember. One was a boy that was making fun of me for it. So I pretty much told him, listen, I can beat the crap out of you, and you really want to mess with me. So he stopped after that. The second pretty much told, he's one of my friends, told me he didn't want to date a bi chick. And since I had no intention of dating him, it didn't really bug me, so I just kind of let it go. And the third would be an upperclassman, who just found out the other day, actually, about a week ago, that I was bi. And he kind of, like, he was grossed out, too. And I was just like, do you have a problem with it? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't care. I really don't. Because this kid, he's not a big part of my life. I don't particularly care what he thinks about it. So, whatever. But yeah. So now, everyone kind of just accepts it, and, well, they don't accept it, but most people just actually kind of ignore it. I have one friend that will kind of freak out if I talk about it. Like if I say, oh, that girl's hot. But, even me and my boyfriend, we walk past a girl, and we just both look, and we're like, she was hot. It's not a big deal. I hung out with guys my entire life, and they kind of see me as one of the guys. So, for me to say, oh, that girl's hot, not a big deal. And for me to hang out with girls and be like, oh, that guy's hot, that's normal. And, I usually try to stick to not saying that kind of stuff around, the girls in my life, because that kind of weirds them out. Because, I'm, like, friends with them, and they're like, we're bi, well, you don't, like me or something, right? So, I kind of don't try to bring it up around them. And I'm not, like, obnoxious about it. So, I don't really, if I think a girl's hot, I'll make a comment about it. But I'm, like, not, like, perverted kind of guy. Like, oh my god, she's so hot, look at her freaking boobs. And, like, I'm not like that. But yeah, that's pretty much my coming out story. And that took a long time, longer than I expected it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And to anyone out there who is struggling with it and thinking like, well, what am I going to tell the parents? What? They're going to love you. Your parents, they kind of have to. And if they don't, then obviously they don't freaking, they don't deserve to have a child if they can't accept you for who you are. Like, if you're going to have a kid, you're going to have to accept them no matter what. No matter if they come out being gay or bi, or if they want to be a guy and they're a girl, if they want to be a girl and they're a guy, or if they want to be a guy and they want to dress up like a girl and go out on stage and be a drag queen. I don't care if my kid wants to dress up, put purple makeup on, and call themselves a Martian. Go for it. Be who you want to be, because what's the point of being like everyone else? If that's not how you are, then that's not how you are. You can't change that. And you shouldn't have to change that. Ever. No one should ever, ever tell you that you can't be something, or that you're not something, just because they don't want you to be. That's not right. That's not being a human being. And if those people are telling you that kind of stuff, or they're putting you down for it, then they are obviously too small-minded, and probably have a small IQ, and they are just, they're bullies that never grew out of it. Sorry, that was my little rant. But, yeah. Be who you want to be. Give a crap what people say.